It's Kent Peter here, back at you with another video, and we're in my home today. So the topic of this video is going to be why you'll never get rich working a 9 to 5 or saving money. Why is that? First of all, jobs don't really pay that much because you know what jobs stand for, this or broke. As a kid, I felt it would be easier to get rich. I would tell myself when I get a job, I'm going to be rich. But of course, when you grow up, you realize why your parents aren't rich. It's not that easy. Because the job just don't pay enough to cover all those bills. Back in the old days, it did cover enough. But now, not so much. I don't even think cable really cost anything in the 70s. Obviously, I wasn't born in the 70s. My parents were. But of course, in the 70s, there weren't that many channels. What's like 3 channels? Something like that. I don't know. I grew up, I was born in the 80s. I don't even remember how much cable was in the 80s. I don't remember how many channels TV had in the 80s. But in those 90s, there was like 36 channels. So I don't believe cable was as much back then like it is now. I just pay for internet, and that's like $65 a month. But anyway, back to the topic. A lot of jobs, they'll take forever to give you a raise. And when you finally do get that raise, inflation has already gone up, so you can't get ahead. And of course, at the bank interest, it sounds good when you get that interest in the bank. I remember when I first noticed that I was getting paid to have my money in bank, I was excited. I swear I got more interest back in the 2000s than I do now. But it seemed like I did get like $4 having $4,000 in the bank. It seemed like I got $4 like every month having that much in the bank. I can't remember exactly how much I got, but it seemed like it was a good amount. Then years later, I had like $5,000 in the bank, and I only got like $1 a month. Something. It was disappointing. I remember that. So you're gonna have a lot of money in that bank to get a good amount of interest. And of course, inflation goes up. Inflation is faster than the interest. Because these bank interest, they don't pay that much. But the inflation is like faster. So you leave your money in the bank, you're actually losing money. I'm sorry to say this, guys, but you are losing money. Unless you keep it like in a high yield interest bank. I did get one that was called Aspiration, but now they're not even giving me interest anymore. I actually had to pay to get interest, which pretty much defeats the whole purpose of the bank. So what do we got next here? So you're pretty much working for somebody, right? So you're limited to how much they're going to pay you. So let's say you're working as a waitress. Obviously, you're working for somebody at the restaurant, right? So there's a limit to how much they're going to pay you. Obviously, they can't pay you like $25 an hour. Because who knows, when you're making that $25 an hour, you could be making more money, And they're definitely not going to pay you $50 an hour. Because $50 an hour, that'd be a good amount of money right there. But the owner may not even make that much. Like your manager, the owner, sometimes the same people. They probably don't even make that much after all the expenses. So as long as you are working for somebody, You are limited to how much you're going to get paid. And plus, you can only work a certain amount of hours because there's only 24 hours in a day. Obviously, most of us aren't going to work 24 hours straight. So we all got that 24 hours. So how do you get around this? First of all, you could possibly make your own business. Get your own business. That's one way you could avoid work for somebody. But of course, you have your own expenses once you have your own business. So there's many things you could do to make money. Like I said, there's side hustles that could actually become a real job. You try those out. But again, you have a limited amount of hours, like I said. Even when you do your own thing, you got those limited amount of hours. So let's say you was doing what could you do for example? I'm just gonna make a job up that I was thinking. Now I'm thinking about it. It's been in my head for a while, but I'm just gonna let it out. Let's say you had this service. It's kind of like AAA. Well, it's with bikes. Every time somebody bike breaks down, they have a flat tire, the chain breaks out. You have your own service where you help that person out, you service them, where it's fix their bike on the spot, or you just take their bike somewhere, either to their house or a shop. I'm just making this one up. It don't exist. But I've been thinking about it. So this service is pretty much mainly for bikes. And you're one person. You're all by yourself doing this job. So you're one person. And you got a limited amount of hours. But then there's something else you could do. You could hire some people. So guess what? Now you don't have to work. Now you're not limited to how many hours you can work because you got other people working. So you got 4 or 5 people doing this with you. Guess what? Those 24 hours limit thing, the 24 hours, the limits you have, you're pretty much not limited now because you got more people. So you got 5 people working for you now. So, and we're going to say each of those 5 people, they work 8 hours a day. So guess what? Now it's kind of like working 40 hours a day. So yeah, it helps a lot. Also, you're going to have to pay those people. But you're still going to get your cut from each of those people. Then you hire 10 more people, 20 people. Who knows? If the business works out, you get 100 people. So let's times 100 times 8. No, 100 times 8. That'd be 800 hours in a single day. Also, there's not 800 hours in a day, but it's like working 800 hours. In the courts, you're gonna get some money from these people. So how much money you're gonna get? You just gotta work it out. So that's just an example of the business idea I came up with. Just so I could explain this topic, how it works out. Because even if you were making $50 an hour, it sounds good. So 50 times 8. How much is that? $400 a day. It sounds good, does it? We're going to time that by 5. $2,000. So $2,000 a week times 4. So that's $8,000 a week. That's pretty good. $8,000 is good, guys. But of course, you're limited to those hours. Maybe you want to make more than 8 grand. So what's 8? What's 8 grand times 12? 96,000. So it's almost 100 grand. So you'll be doing pretty good. But some of us might want to make more than that. Some of us want to be millionaires. And that's when things like this come in. You gotta find a way, you gotta find out how to avoid working for somebody and avoid being limited to those 24 hours. And this is why when you're working a regular 9 to 5, you are more than likely are never gonna be rich working a regular 9 to 5. You have to find some ways around it. I mean, you could get lucky, win that lotto, and you could tell your boss to kiss your butt. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all want to do that. A lot of y'all have that mean boss that's always yelling at y'all, looking down on y'all. I know y'all can't deny it. If y'all win that lotto, you probably want to walk up to your boss and tell them to kiss your butt. Some of y'all want to use the other word, of course. But realistically, the chance of you winning that lotto is pretty low. I mean, it's unlikely you'll ever win a lotto. You're more likely to be attacked and murdered by a group of female ninjas than to win that lotto. I'm just going to point that out. So I play the lotto sometime. Now I got Yada, so that's kind of like the lottery. So I don't think I'm ever going to win the lotto. Some days I think I may win, but then I get disappointed, so I'm probably never going to win that. So I got to come up with other ways to become rich. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you do like it, smash that like button. That way it helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Because the more likes I get, guess what? The more my videos be recommended to people. And when my videos get recommended to people, more people see my videos. I get more watch hours, more subscribers, more money coming in. Then I put it back into the YouTube community. You know, sometimes I do giveaways. When my channel hits 1,000 subscribers, whether it hits 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours, whatever happens first, I'm gonna give like $100 to a tip to somebody. $100 tip. I'm gonna make a video, me giving a $100 tip to somebody. Right now I got like 500 subscribers. So YouTube's another way you can make money. You could become rich. You could actually become rich from YouTube. Because guess what? You're not limited to how many hours you make. Did I say hours you make? You're not limited to the 24 hours working. Because there's like so many people that can watch your YouTube videos. So if you have like a good channel, you have like this one good video that people are always watching. Guess what? It's going to add up to a lot more than 24 hours a day. Because there's like millions of people all around the world. You could end up adding to like 10,000 hours. Or even more. You have like good videos. So I just want to go over that. If you do like these videos, again, I did say like, you can also subscribe. That way you're qualified to get my giveaways whenever I do them. I may do a pop giveaway one day. But right now, just also smash that bell button. That way, if you really like my videos, if you want to stay updated to my videos, You always be notified. I mean, you should always be notified here. Some people aren't notified when they hit that bell button, but hopefully you are. May do another video today, but even if I don't, have a good weekend. Bye for now.